Hi guys, this is my first place locals undefeated spright deck profile. I hope you guys enjoy and let's get into the video. So, first of all, we are playing 3 spright blue, pretty standard. I mean, the card's like insane in this format, so no comments like spright best deck or sprites best deck, in my opinion. Then we are playing 3 spright jet. This card is played at 3 just for that extra searcher, and it won me a lot of games against Mystic Mine or the Mystic Mine Burn players because this SS searches you Starter, uh, Smashers, Gamma Burst, or any type of spell or trap for sprites. So yeah, 3 jet, one sprite red, one carrot, and one pixies for going into game against rival or any other like towers. It's good because if you have this in hand and you want to beat over something and make then combo plays, this can be tributed from the field and from the hand. Like this tributes from field but sends from hand to the graveyard, so you can trigger to just in damage calculation only. This card and the monster that's attacking gains that monster's attack, and then that monster beats over it. This is always good because in the end, if it's Chainlink 1 and Droplet is Chainlink 2, then this will resolve last, and this just gains the last attack of the monster, so it's just insane against like heavy board decks or the tower based decks. For the spells, we are playing 3 Sprite Starter. I mean, the card is just insane, like gets you 1 card combo. The problem only is that it locks you into 2s, and you can go into Zeus or any other Link 5s at that point. If this is the only playable card in your hand, then you must think your strategy well against tower decks or any other type of decks. That's my opinion on this card. But it's really good as a starter. We are playing 1 Sprite Smashers for Mystic Mine out, and then for a weird part of the deck, we are playing 2 Sprite Gamma Bursts. Why Gamma Burst? No deck plays this, and only inside deck they play it. Well, the only thing about this is that, of course, Gamma Burst literally says in the damage calculation only, so all monsters gain 1400 instead of 1. And this helps it boost up because you can banish it on, so you activate this, and then on the end of the battle, or you can then this, target one monster and permanently gains 1400 attack until the end of your opponent's turn, which is insane against a lot of decks. Because if you activate this on your opponent's turn and they try to go, like, if they negate something, they want to just, like, Pancratops, in damage calculation, you can just this, and then Pancratops, they literally can't play if they can't out the Omni Negate. If they summon Pancratops, then that's their problem. The one-offs, one call-by, one sight. The call-by needs to get banned. In my opinion, this card is just way overpowered against Tears or any other deck that uses its graveyards, and sight is still problematic in this format because there are a lot of decks that know how to special summon this card from the deck, including Spright and Pendulums and a lot of other decks, because this card is a fairy light monster and it could be a lot of targets. We are playing the Frog Engine, so 1 Ronin, 3 Swap Frogs. I always pronounce this wrong, but it's Swap, not Swamp, because it has the more ring to its name. So the thing about this engine is that I cut the dupe. I played the dupe before I tested it, and it didn't quite get well because you open dupe and Ronin, and if they're the only level 2s and you're like opening hand traps. The only good reason is if Ronin was played, if it had a similar effect to swap, to special itself by sending an Aqua to the frog from the hand to the graveyard, it would be good to get like a level 2, and then I don't know, just with Alpha you raise the dude back and then you make plays, I don't know. But since it doesn't, it's just better to play just these 3 and this one guy. I tried testing it this with 2, and you only special summon this once. So the engine is just busted in my opinion. I think the extra deck monster needs to get banned. This is a side deck, of course. For the spice tech that I really like about this deck is enemy controller. This card can be a lot of text choices in the other decks, but Since Splight use this in Evil Twins, you can like dodge Valor or Imper if your opponent of course has a monster. So let's say this is the board. You have a special summon Spright Blue. They activate the effect. You have enemy controller and they have a monster. They Valor the Spright Blue. You chain enemy controller and effect resolves, and you just take their monster. But the only problem is that if it's level 2 in a mirror match, this is really powerful. Because if they waste their Toad, it's good, because then on Toad's effect you can chain this to take their body, and then actually don't have the elf anymore. So, but if they chain the elf, you can just chain DD Crow if you're playing it. Of course, in this deck is very vulnerable to board breakers, but I can play around board breakers. Now we're going to our hand traps, and yeah. So we're playing 3 Imperm. Really didn't thought this card would come up a lot, but actually it did against Eldritch, because it like forces their spells and trap zones. So one game that I was playing at our local, so I played this. I opened these 3 starter and something, I don't know, like maybe enemy controller, I don't remember. So I set 3. Active starter, he ashes. Okay, special summons the Golden Lord on my turn, sending 1 Imperm. Okay. Attacks, sets 2, passes. On my turn, I activate the 2 Imperms, targeting, of course, his. So it was right here, like, I don't know, maybe here or here. And it was really better because the card really helped a lot, like force out the Conquistador and the other cards, which was really powerful against that matchup. But not that good in any other situations. For the tier elements, we are playing the triple DD Crow. I think this card, like, it's not once per turn, but it has a problem where if you use it in the same chain, it's really useless, because then you go -2 if you have 2 in hand and you want to save the 1. And if you top deck the third, there's just a Winged Beast. In a lot of decks, I really don't know, but a lot of decks like want to use this card. If there ever will be a level 1 based deck other than Splight or Spright, these are level 2. Last format was level 3, like Pendulum Knights, and this is level 2. And if the next format is level 1, this card's gonna be the best because it's a level 1 Winged Beast. But still, it's a level 1. For the other interest, we are playing 2 Nibiru. Not 3, because 2 is just okay in my Handler's Sand ratio, and it's 40 cards. I mean, I don't want to overextend on my limits. 3 Gamma, 1 Driver. Really didn't think this would come up a lot, but against Flunderies and the other shifter-based decks, it really helps a lot. Like, gets you a free body, you can make Hulk, but I don't play Hulk, I just play this for a body for Elf, and then Elf goes into combo. I don't usually use the Elf, I just special anything from hand and then make a combo. And then I just use the Elf, and then I just make Gigantic with 3200 attack, I guess. I'm gonna show you a funny method that once actually saved me in a duel in time against Mystic Mine at this video. So yeah, we are playing, of course. So we are playing 2 Ogre actually, and 2 Valors. We are not playing Crossout this deck because this deck can play through a lot of hand traps. So yeah. So that was the extra deck. So that was not the extra deck, my bad. It was the main deck of this, of course. Let me just give you a minute. We're gonna cut this, of course. So now we're going to the extra deck. So we are playing the 2 copies of the best card in the deck that locks you, but it gives you a big advantage in any game. Gigantic Sprite can play through Nibiru. If this is your 5th summon, just remember you have to have anything monster negate to like special Nibiru. You can Bell the Nibiru, or wait, I don't know. So if this is your 5th summon, you must have red and another body on field, because then he will just break your board. Like, this is, if you don't use this. So we're gonna show one combo, of course, in the video. So these are the 2 guys we're using. We are playing we are playing the 1 Toad, and we are playing 1 good generic instead of. So I tested with 2 Toads, and it's not that good actually. I want to play this because it gets you a body from their field, and if it's a mirror match, you just take their Toad, But if they have a toad, like if they have elf and then this targets the toad, then they waste, like you can beat over, if you can negate the elf, then you have a body, and then you have an omni negate, plus it recycles your cards. These two are just generic. I don't see Toad getting bad. I just hate to get a limited one because I'm playing it at 1 and it doesn't even hurt my deck a lot. Like, never. Never. The second one never comes up. We are playing, of course, the 2 elf. Yeah, the one is, of course, a fake because we really, I don't want to waste freaking $20 on 2 elves, like $40. Can buy you, I don't know, a cheap decor, or I don't know. I open this and I really don't want to buy it. I really just don't want to buy. Better to open than not to buy the one card that's literally. Yeah, and for the other generic rank 2s now, we are playing one Mannequin Cat, one Cavalry, one Downer. Zeus, I still don't want to buy it. It's still $20 as well as the Elf. I mean, it has gone up in price since these decks play it, so admire the artwork. So yeah, Mannequin Cat comes a lot. Like, it comes up a lot against Mathmex or any like light-based deck, let's say against Despias, because this triggers when they normal summon the Aluber or special if they special the Aluber from the opening, and I have this on field, you just lose the game if they don't have anything to just negate the Aluber or super poly it. Like, opening plus the super poly outs this, but if they super poly this instead of the side, then they just lose automatically because this can still resolve its effect if it's sent to the graveyard, so I don't care actually. And Cavalry comes up almost like never. I never actually made Zeus, so shoutouts to not making Zeus. We are playing the one biggest new reprint from the tins. Of course, we are playing the one Goddess. I think this card is just insane going second instead of going first, because a lot of decks like Drytron can make this, but it's better to just, if let's say they have Mystic Mine, like Dynamorphias. They have their Mystic Mine Rex, so you summon 4, and then you just link up with their 5th to this, and then just make a combo if you can. It's based on your hand, and the traps are just annoying from the deck. But it's a fun deck, I don't care. One Topologic and one Access Code. It's coming and shipping in Secret Rare, so I'm gonna be seeing it in a secret in the next video, maybe. So Topologic, really didn't think this card would ever come up, but it won me a game. Because a mandatory Mystic Mine out. It's mandatory when you normal summon. So this is what I had. I normal summon Jet here, and then triggers. So this is what happened. So I had this on field in this monster zone. When I had 4 monsters, I drawn. I normal summoned this. What did I do? Mandatory trigger, banish the Mystic Mine and the whole field. The guy didn't have anything to stop my monster negate. He just had Dark Bribe when he gets spell traps, and just Dark Bribes. Then banishes the Mystic Mine, and then I just OTK because he had like 3 cards in hand, but I had extenders, and on my turn he just summons he summons himself back with I don't know how much attack and just go for game. I mean, the core is just mandatory when you summon. So yeah, now we're going to the side deck. Of course, you've seen this one. Alright, we're gonna start off with this one. So, Lyrilisk, Armored Nightingale. Assembled, actually, Nightingale, not armored. When your players don't read card text. Never have it ever come up instead of tier matchups when they made 2 level 1s, and I just make this and go Zeus. But the problem was, I had Shifter. I'm not, of course, citing Shifter now because it was in a previous deck combo that I used because Shifter was actually good in that time. But I realized when I'm playing this hand trap engine, half of the hand trap engine just goes banished, but it needs to go to the graveyard. So yeah, this card is just insane. Really love it, and like comes up against tiers a lot, and I really just love it when I just clear the board. When I Zeus them. It's really funny because nobody has ever like noticed I play this card against other tier matchups at locals. Like nobody has ever seen me play this ever. We are playing the Super Poly targets and the main card of the deck. Of course, we are playing the triple super polymerization, the card that will get banned or limited. I don't play Garura because this comes up more against tiers. Like this is a side deck option, and it like comes up only it comes up in tiers or decks that are playing heroes. Like heroes this comes up, or against Evil Twin Splight, this comes up a lot. So you get their Evil Twin engine out, and this is just insane going second with these deck because they heroes against this cannot out because it then on the effect declaration I change this. What brave Neos? What Neos? No damage calculation, please. This is really insane. Like I love this card. It plays in tiers and main deck, which is fun. But yeah, Super Poly needs to get like limited immediately, or I'm gonna go insane. We are playing the 3-dimensional grounds for, of course, you know what the deck tier elements. So the deck overtook our local summer challenge. That's the name of course, the event. Overtook, but I only beat. So I always lost to tiers and never to any other decks. Almost won me a game if I haven't been an idiot and special summoned a Resonator from my graveyard, from my deck with Gigantic Sprite, and then linked them off while I had this activated. I was an idiot. Because then I lost the time in the battle phase. Because on his turn it just ended. So on my turn it just ended. I forgot I activated this. But it's a good generic trap, gotta say. The board break, of course, the Eldritch card, Red Reboot, 3 big evenly matched, and the 1 Resonator. Of course, Resonator comes up only in 5 or 6 minutes of time, or 10. We were playing 15 minutes of time. He was making a combo like about 5 minutes, or I don't know. Then I was making my combo because his combo like didn't have any much interruptions. Time was called. He had more life points because I activated Starter, and then Gigantic. And what did he do? He had a Lambda on the field on the freaking turn, and I forgot the Lambda was on the field. So what did I do? Tell me, what did I do? I summoned this. He gammaed. And what did he have on field? He couldn't summon the driver, and that's what won me the game. Which was really funny of a scenario, gotta tell you. Like, you SS the red target Gigantic. Okay, Gamma, you can summon the driver. Where is the driver spot? Yeah, this, and this. And of course, the Gamma fit here. Since Gamma can't summon the driver, you cannot negate the monster's activation effect or destroy it. So that was actually a pretty funny scenario. Gotta tell you, really funny scenario. I hope it happens again, or I don't know. We're gonna, of course, we're going to film our dual like locals experience sometimes here or there. So yeah. So this was my Spright, so undefeated Spright locals deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.